Hi there. First of all, apologies for my English. It's not my mother tongue and I'm not used to speaking English on the everyday basis. But I decided to record this video in English anyways for my friends and followers from abroad and in hope to reach out to a broader audience. Okay, now straight to the points. I entitled this video A Self-Defense for Women. And why do I believe that self-defense for women differs essentially from a self-defense for anyone else? First of all, this is not about the sex. This is about the average physical body characteristics. On average, women are smaller, lighter, less robust than men. And from my personal experience, I think that roughly 90% of self-defense techniques just don't work when there's such a disproportionality in terms of physical characteristics. What does not work in particular? All these grabs, fancy arm locks, throws to the ground, or even punches or kicks to the torso area. So what does work instead? The thumb rule number one is to use your hardest body parts against the softest and less protected parts of the attacker, of the opponent. You can use your forehead, you can use your elbows, you can use your knees or the shin. Side note, I assume that you'll fight in a close range, so you'll use close range techniques. And how do you use the headbutt, for example, in a close range? It's very simple, just like this. It's a very effective technique, it's surprising, and it's even easier when you're smaller to your attacker. Now, how do you use the elbows? You can use them from this position upwards, like this, to the chin, or from the outside to the inside with this circular move to the throat, or a straightforward move to the throat, like this. Okay? Of paramount importance here is to bend your elbow enough to create a sharp angle here. Otherwise, your techniques won't be effective. The same about your knees. You have to bend them enough. And you can attack the groin area, or even when the attacker is already bent, you can aim for its head, like this. Now, a very effective technique, a side kick to the side of his knee. It's an unprotected area, even in a bodybuilder. Don't use your foot to kick. In your foot, you have tiny and relatively fragile bones, and it's easy to get them broken. Use your shin instead. And use the rotation of your whole body, especially your hips, like this. And add your body weight. The move is like this, from above downwards a little bit. Again. Okay. Very effective technique. What else can you use? Well, for example, your fingernails. If the attacker grabs you, or even if he chokes you, you can stab your fingernails into the skin of back of his hand and scratch it. You can also aim for his facial area, especially the eyeballs. You'll most likely not blind him permanently, but at least you'll inflict an excruciating pain which will cause excessive tearing, and maybe you'll make it to cut the skin around his eyeballs, and the blood will momentarily blind him. What else? You can, for example, grab his ear and literally tear it apart. Or maybe you'll make it to grab his finger and snap it like this. Or maybe you'll make it to use your both hands, grab his two fingers and tear them apart like this. These are techniques which work against a bigger opponent, a bigger attacker in a close distance combat. What else? Of course, you can use weapon you carry on you. But remember, it must be something that's easy to be drawn out and ready to use. So you must carry it in your pocket rather than in your purse or in your backpack. Because when you're already under attack, you will never make it to grab it on time. So if you carry in your pocket a study pen, for example, you can just stab it in the facial area of the attacker. The same about the keys, for example, or the pepper spray, or the taser. Another side note here, I'm not talking about the lethal weapon here, because in the vast majority of situations, the attacker wants to rob you, not to kill you. And if you kill him, you're in the big trouble. Okay, let's go back to the point. The weapon. You can, of course, use some objects around you as a weapon. Maybe it's a tray, a pan, a mug, an iron, anything you can use as a weapon is better than using your bare hands. Okay, now shortly about the tactics. Your main goal is to inflict a momentary pain, shock, disorientation, which gives you an opportunity to run away and scream for help. You cannot count on knocking down the attacker. Forget about it. In order to achieve your goals, your attack must be instantaneous, surprising, and fearful. So attack with a full intention. Your mindset must be kill or die. You have to win this fight within a few seconds. If the fight prolongs, your chances decrease significantly with every second. So attack fiercely, scream as crazy, and attack the most vulnerable parts of the body of your attacker. Okay, now probably the most important note here is all of this applies to a situation when you cannot avoid the fight. But it's always better to avoid the fight, if only possible. If the attacker wants your wallet, your purse, your credit card, give them away to him. They are not worth your life. You would engage in a fight only if there's no other way. If you have to protect your child, for example, if the attacker wants more than just your belongings. Otherwise, give them all that they want and avoid the fight. And last but not least, avoid risky situations, risky places. Try to be always in a company and stay safe. And thank you for watching.